This one is the Zoot Laguna. This one is the Zoot Del Mar. And this one is the Zoot Diego. Now, the reason why I purchased all three was because, as you know, there's different kinds of runs and you need different kind of tools for those runs. Now, when I saw this online, I wasn't sure about the specifications, so when I purchased it, I kind of figured it would be a good neutral daily trainer. And it turned out that that's exactly what it is. The Zoot Laguna is the daily trainer of the bunch. Truth be told, compared to today's standards, it's probably like a speed day tempo shoe. Then the Diego is the max cushioning of neutral max cushioning shoe. I skipped the Del Mar simply because the Del Mar is the stability shoe of the bunch. Now, what I liked about the shoe, like I said, for the Laguna, what I liked the most about it was that it had a lot of ground contact. The upper material feels excellent. The heel counter, if you look at it, my goodness. The material used in the heel or in the lining of the shoe is bar none one of the best I've ever worn. Skechers, I think, is the only other shoe company that I had seen use such plush material. It feels a little bit like silk, or at least a combination of silk and something else, but mostly silk. It is such a slick design. Even the tongue has some of that silk on it. Now, the tongue covers the front of your foot so that the laces are not rubbing against it, so you don't get any rubbing. I'm here talking about the material in the heel. There's plenty of material in the heel to keep your foot in place. And then there's the plastic exterior as a heel counter for the heel. It goes all the way to the midfoot, which means when you pull, and I like that this one has this, this loop in the middle of the foot there, so that when you pull tight, it's not only pulling from the sides, but it's pulling from the front also. The lockdown on this shoe is excellent. The only problem is, unfortunately, in 2023, the foam is not the same. The foam feels very stiff, but you should expect that from a 5-year-old shoe. I mean, so I ran in the Nova Blast 1037 a year after it was released, and I had purchased it from the outlet, I purchased it in the clearance store. When I purchased it from the clearance store, it felt very stiff. But then a friend of mine gifted me one of his, which he had kept indoors, in a box, in a room, all the other stuff, and it felt totally different. So like I said, the Laguna may have had, the foam may have been different, but by the time I got to it, unfortunately, the foam is very stiff. I had tried breaking it in. I had gone on 3 runs. And they were not long runs. It was 5 miles per. But honestly, it felt like it was unyielding, so I pretty much just stopped running in it. But it has a lot of great things that you see in shoes today. Like, look at how much exposure of the foam there is. You see this in shoes like Saucony, who, they put the rubber in strategic places so that the shoe can be lightweight. I did not weigh this shoe. I'll wait in a minute. But overall, it was a decent shoe, a really good attempt at a daily trainer. Like I said, the lockdown, the upper material, heel counter, you can tell that they knew what they were doing. The toe counter also, they knew what they were doing. I would say it's even lighter than the Brooks. It's lighter than a lot of the Brooks shoes that I've run in, even though the material is, like I say, high quality. In my world, Brooks and Mizuno make some of the best uppers. So, yeah, the upper is better than the Inspire, because I've run in the Inspire, and I've run in the Wave Rider, and I would say it's comparable to the Wave Rider. But by today's standards, it probably is not, because I've not run the Wave Rider that was released just recently. So anyway, that is the Laguna. Like I said, unfortunately at this time, I would say it's... let me just put it simply. I've run in the Kinvara, I've run in the Pegasus 40, I've run in... I've run in the Vomero. So the Laguna kind of is out of the picture, unfortunately. In fact, I've run into Nusa Tri too. So